Hey everyone, it's Yasmin Nguyen, founder and CEO of Vibrance Global, where we help entrepreneurs and experts feel more confident and connect deeper with their audiences using videos. I wanted to take a moment and share with you an opportunity that literally transformed my life, my business, and my relationships in just 3 days. It's called the Relationship Transformation Retreat, and it was created by my coach, mentor, and good friends Stacy and Paul Martino. Whether you're in a committed relationship or single like me, I was able to walk away with strategies and skills that have not only multiplied my business, but have elevated my personal and romantic relationships to a whole new level. So last year, when I decided to go to the retreat, I was in between relationships. One of the things that I struggled with was trying to figure out why every single relationship that I was in just kept failing. And I noticed that there was a pattern. And in that pattern, the same common denominator was me. And so I wanted to go and find out. I had spent years and literally years reading books, investing thousands of dollars in coaching and therapy and all sorts of stuff to try to figure it out on my own. And I tell you what, within those 3 days, it literally gave me the answers that I was looking for. And the reason why this was so different from everything that I tried before was, the way that if you think about software, for example, you can install all of these new apps on a dated operating system and they just don't work. And so my experience at the retreat was like a whole complete software upgrade. And I know that's kind of like techie talk, and I'm kind of techie oriented, but for those that resonate with that, imagine if you could flush out all the crap that you've built up over the years and completely install a fresh new version of yourself. Now, all of those books, all of those ideas, all of the experiences, they actually make sense now. Throughout those 3 days, I learned so much. I have a whole notebook full of all these lessons, all of these ideas that were shared. But I tell you what, one of the most profound things that I learned from the entire weekend, and I think this was worth the entire experience that shifted everything for me, was this whole concept that Stacy and Paul introduced called the 6 basic human needs. And the 6 basic human needs talks about these basic needs that as humans we all experience, that we're all seeking. And some of these needs includes the needs for certainty, the need for variety, the need for significance, love and connection, as well as contribution and growth. And for me, growing up, my family came to America with nothing, and all of my life when I was growing up, the only thing that I wanted was to fit in and to feel important. And throughout most of my life, I did all of these things so that I would be accepted. I was looking for that love and connection. And what I didn't realize was what I really needed deep down was actually significance. I was trying to fulfill and seek that significance from others, whether it be through my schoolwork, through my work, and eventually through my relationships. And what happened was, as I was getting into various different romantic relationships, I was trying to get that from others. I was seeking that validation, and when I was doing that, it placed so much pressure on all my partners, and in doing so, it pushed them away. And as I started to push them away, I became needier, and you know what? That made me realize that wow, it was this need that I was trying to fulfill through that relationship that caused it to fall apart. And so in acknowledging that through the lessons that I learned and the wisdom from Stacy and Paul, I realized that there were other ways to fulfill that need. When you think of like a vampire, for example, they have a need for blood in order to survive. But if they keep sucking that blood out of other people, they're creating a situation that's not sustainable. And so for me, what I discovered was there was another way to fulfill my need for significance, and that was through contribution. Contribution in the way of my business, contribution in the way of how I engage and connect with my friends, and making a difference for others. And it's interesting, when I focused on contribution, now it automatically filled my significance. So now I can actually show up in all of my relationships. Instead of getting that significance, I can show up to give. And it's really amazing. It's really about how we show up in our relationships. And one of the things that I learned from Stacy and Paul is that it really doesn't take two people to shift and transform your relationships, whether it be your friendships or your romantic partner. It only takes you and how you show up. And for me, those lessons are so incredibly valuable because I have taken those and I've implemented for my business as well. How I show up for my clients, how I show up for all the people that are in my life. And I tell you what, it in the short period of time, it has literally just taken me to another level of just fulfillment and just a success as well too. And so I wanted to share with you just that little nugget. But I tell you what, this is a whole book full of experiences that I reference regularly to apply again for my business as well as my personal life. And I tell you what, nowadays I meet so many incredible people, and it just feels so good to be able to make that personal shift. If you've been looking for a way to reignite your passion for yourself, your business, for your relationships, I highly recommend that you check this out. Click on the link to learn a little bit more and see if this speaks to you. And if it does, I guarantee you this is an investment that is so worth it. I mean, I literally spent thousands of dollars trying to figure all of this out on my own, and within 3 short days, I was able to have some incredible breakthroughs. And I can't thank Stacy and Paul enough for their wisdom and just the way that they show up to serve and impact so many lives. And I tell you what, where I am today with myself, my business, my relationships, I can attribute that to my experience learning from Stacy and Paul, and I just wanted to share this with you because I know that this is very important to me, and I believe that this can also help you as well. So I hope you're all doing great, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Thanks.